Thank you. Thank you very much, Mrs. Kalivac. I hope it's a proper pronunciation of your name, the one that I use. Okay, thank you. This is one of the challenges, you know, since we're talking about challenges, especially when you are new in an area. For me, Balkan is a new area of exploration and building expertise, this is something that happened to the demand of some other stakeholders. The business environment from my city, from our region, started in the last 2-3 years to ask specific questions about analysis, studies, understanding, content analysis of the Western Balkan countries, and mainly North Macedonia and Albania, since these two countries have already been invited to join EU and seems to be in the pole position also for security reasons too. Well, I accepted with a lot of pleasure Sasha's invitation, and I want also to congratulate them for this event that he is joining him. I'm congratulating him and his partners all together. I prepared also a few slides, not very complicated. I really hope it's not going to be too scholastic, because I want to just to show you who we are, and then just to discuss a few maps, and with the maps in front of our eyes, maps that you all know, to make some to have some considerations on the issue that I am addressing. So I see I have the possibility to share the screen. So just let me see if you see it. Yeah, you have it? Yeah, so this is the tribute for the organizers that I want to thank again. And yeah, this is, well, a few words about us as an institution. I represent a Center for Balkan Studies that has been established in the University Alexandru, Ioan, Cuza, IAși from Romania, which is the second largest university in Romania. And as I mentioned previously, that happened because many business partners had started to have questions about the Western Balkan area. So you have here a picture of my university, you have here a picture of my faculty that is hosting this Center for Balkan Studies for about a year. Unfortunately, a year of pandemic, but we hope that things will move ahead easier as soon as possible. So we are intending to support research and academic diplomacy, addressing these aspects to business environment, local and central authorities, to civil society, and with this purpose of connecting Western Balkan and EU. Now, the topic of the day is connecting Western Balkans to Asia, and let's have a look on the current context. This is a map that you all know. It's a map that was drawn here immediately after the Brexit. It gives us a clue about member countries and about associated countries with potential candidacy recognized. And as you see, North Macedonia is a light blue, which is not necessarily a bad piece of news. It means, of course, some more steps to be taken into considerations. But from my point of view, there are not, despite the current difficulties, there are not serious reasons to believe that North Macedonia wouldn't join EU in the near future. This is, in fact, a good piece of news, because Europe is opening its gates towards North Macedonia, showing the fact that EU wants North Macedonia in this club, which is an important club in terms of Business environment mainly, but not only that. Yeah, but since this is the main topic, okay, I referred first of all to it. However, there is a small problem right now, because all over Europe, in some European countries, there is a fatigue in enlargement, and this kind of fatigue tends to create difficulties in the candidate countries, where a fatigue of waiting for the enlargement could also emerge as a factor that could affect the societies, the level of life, and after all, the level of trust of the people in European Union. But that can be addressed, and that can be addressed in two manners. In bringing Europe to your home faster, and that meaning not only institutions, reforms, area where North Macedonia is, as a matter of fact, a country very appreciated, with good results, but also in producing a better standard of living. And this better standard of living is related to business. And this is the moment to move to Asia, which, as Otilo said previously, doesn't only mean China. And then this is the moment I decided to focus on this particular area, the Southeast, the so-called Association of Southeast Asian Nations. As you know, we are talking about the fifth largest economy, forecasted to be the fourth in towards the end of this decade, with global trade dynamics, with continuous growth, and with a special particularity that I consider could be interesting in the context of our topic. And this particularity consists in the fact that we have here two countries, I mean Singapore and Vietnam, that already have free trade agreements with European Union in force. Both of the countries have these treaties in force, and that could be quite an opportunity for Western Balkans. I think that these two countries, and mainly Vietnam in the last period of time, since they are the newcomers on the scene, they are looking for solutions, for logistic solutions, for expansion solutions towards European Union, and Western Balkans could be an entrance gate. From my point of view, it could be an entrance gate because, well, they are not yet in European Union, but they will be. The fact that they are not yet in European Union could be, for the beginning, an advantage. Western Balkans can still use fiscal facilities that other European countries can't. Yeah, like for instance, this is a map with North Macedonia free trade zones, something that we cannot have anymore, and where already there are many European companies. Why not taking into consideration Southeast Asia company to locate and to be involved in the process? A very short to-do list. I think that North Macedonia and also Albany, but now we're talking about North Macedonia mainly, should take into consideration to have exclusive diplomatic contacts with these two countries, because as I know today, there are not embassies dedicated only to the bilateral connection. I think that economic missions and events could be taken into consideration. And I also think that finding support is also a topic. And I think this is an area where we also can be of use. Other European countries could be partners in this direction countries that have long-term relations with both Northern Macedonia and Vietnam. Romania is one of them. We just celebrated 70 years of diplomatic connections with Vietnam. Why should EU support it? Well, EU should support it because Europe offered both countries opportunities by signing agreements. Well, by declaring she's waiting North Macedonia to be part of it, and also signing this agreement with both Singapore and Vietnam. Let's face it, let's assume it, the direct investments for these two countries are not seen with the same type of suspicion as sometimes it happens when we are talking about the big guy in the area in Asia. It could be also a matter of buying time in the process of integration of the two countries with positive image. So that's my case. I tried to solve it in the 15 minutes that were assigned to me, and I hope I did it. Well, of course, there are many other things that could be discussed. I'm open for your points of view.